In 2012, a startling event unfolded that sent shockwaves throughout Australia. Jill Meagher, a young woman, vanished from the brightly lit streets of Melbourne as she made her way home late at night. Within days of her disappearance, tens of thousands of individuals flooded the streets, eager to uncover the unsettling truth. In this video, we'll delve into the mystery surrounding Jill Meagher's disappearance and explore its profound impact on Australian society as a whole. Gillian McKeon was born on the 30th of October 1982 in Drogheda, County Louth, Ireland. She spent her early childhood in Termonfeckin village to the north of Drogheda. The family relocated to Australia when her father, George McKeon, gained a job in Perth. During her time in the city, she attended Bull Creek Primary School and Ross Moyne High School before returning to Ireland with her family in 1996. Back in Ireland, she attended Drogheda Grammar School and St. Oliver's Community College in Drogheda before graduating with a Bachelor of Arts degree from University College Dublin. After graduation, she worked for the Irish national broadcaster RTE. Meagher did not formally move to Australia until 2009 after she met and married Tom Meagher in Ireland in 2008. After arriving in Australia, she settled in Melbourne and began working for the Australian Broadcasting Corporation. She stayed in touch with her parents, who were by then living again in Perth, Western Australia. In September 2012, she had come back to Melbourne after visiting her parents when her father had a bout of ill health. Meagher worked for the ABC in an administrative and occasional on-air role at ABC Radio Melbourne. After work on the 21st of September 2012, Meagher went with co-workers from ABC Melbourne to the Brunswick Green Bar on Sydney Road, Brunswick, later moving to Bar Etiquette, also on Sydney Road and now closed. She left the bar at around 1:30 a.m. and began the short walk back to the home she shared with her husband. While walking home, Meagher called her brother, Michael McKeon, and spoke with him briefly about their father. At their flat, her husband woke to realize she was not home and started searching for her. When she could not be found or contacted by phone, he contacted the police. In the days after she went missing, Meagher's ABC colleagues used Twitter to help in the search for her. A Facebook page, Help Us Find Jill Meagher, now defunct, was started on the 23rd of September in the hope of finding her alive. A poster campaign was also launched. By the 27th of September, 5 days after her disappearance, the Facebook page had received over 100,000 likes. The public soon became aware of the search, primarily through the growing number of media reports and the Facebook page. On the 24th of September, Meagher's handbag was found by police in a laneway near Hope Street, Brunswick. This was close to where she lived. Police were suspicious as to how it came to be there because the area had previously been searched by them. On the 25th of September, closed-circuit television, CCTV video was handed to and then released by Victoria Police. The video was provided to them by an employee of the Duchess Boutique, a bridal shop based on Sydney Road near Hope Street. It had been recorded from within the shop but had a limited view of the street through its front windows. It showed her speaking to a man in a blue hoodie at around 1:42 a.m. on the night she disappeared. At one point, she brandishes her mobile phone at him. The man had also been filmed walking outside the shop 4 minutes earlier. This was the last known time that Meagher was captured on camera. The police investigation was assisted by the CCTV video from the Duchess Boutique, as well as CCTV video taken elsewhere and monitoring the movements of Meagher's mobile phone. The homicide squad had taken over the case on the 24th of September. Prior to receiving the CCTV video from the Duchess Boutique on the 25th of September, they had thoroughly searched the Meagher's flat and took away some possessions, including their car, for testing. After receiving the video, attention switched to looking for the man in the blue hoodie, though a second search of the Meagher's flat took place on the evening of the 25th of September, with more items removed for testing. At about 2:30 p.m. on the 27th of September, police arrested Adrian Ernest Bailey, then 41, at his address in Coburg, and then questioned him at great length. It transpired that he had been the man in the blue hoodie. During the interrogation, Bailey ended up breaking down and admitting that he had strangled her with his hands in a lane off Hope Street, Brunswick. He had then buried her. At around 10 p.m. on the 27th of September, Bailey led police to where Meagher's body was buried in a shallow grave on Black Hill Road near Gisborne South. She had been strangled after being raped. Bailey was charged with rape and murder at about 2 a.m. on the 28th of September, and followed by an out-of-sessions hearing at 3 a.m. that lasted for about 90 seconds, was held on remand to await trial. While in custody, he attempted suicide. Bailey's arrest and the finding and exhumation of Meagher's body generated considerable media and public response, especially when it was soon revealed that Bailey was already on parole for a series of sexual offenses. At a pre-committal hearing in January 2013, a two-day committal case in the Melbourne Magistrates Court was scheduled to begin on the 12th of March 2013. According to news reports at the time, Bailey intended to fight the charges. On the 5th of April 2013, he pleaded guilty to the rape and murder of Meagher. On the 26th of April 2013, he pleaded not guilty to a number of other sexual assaults in Melbourne dating back to 2000. Bailey appeared in court on the 11th of June 2013 for a pre-sentencing hearing. On the date of the pre-sentencing hearing, a suppression order was also lifted by Justice Jeffrey Nettle, allowing Bailey's extensive history of rape and violence to be revealed, and these also generated headlines. On the 19th of June 2013, in front of a packed public gallery at the Victorian Supreme Court, Bailey was sentenced by Justice Nettle to life imprisonment with a non-parole period of 35 years. In September 2013, Bailey lodged an appeal against his sentence through Victorian Legal Aid. The appeal argued that the minimum sentence was too long and that he had not taken perverted pleasure in murdering Meagher as stated by Justice Nettle. On the 26th of September 2013, the appeal was dismissed in less than 10 minutes after hearing argument from counsel on both sides over approximately 1.5 hours during the days beforehand. By March 2015, Bailey had been found guilty of 3 more rapes committed before he killed Meagher in 3 separate trials held in 2014 and 2015. The victims, 2 sex workers and a Dutch backpacker, came forward due to the high level of publicity over Meagher's rape and murder. He had by then been convicted of sexual crimes against 12 people. Later, in May 2015, Bailey was sentenced to another 18 years by County Court Judge Sue Pullen, and his non-parole period was extended from 35 to 43 years. On the 25th of June 2015, Bailey lodged an appeal against 2 of the 3 convictions and the extended non-parole period received in May 2015. In July 2016, Bailey lodged an appeal against 1 rape conviction and was given 3-year reduction to his sentence, making him eligible for parole in 2055, aged 83. Bailey's lawyer told the court that Bailey had been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder and alcohol dependence. It was also said that he had been physically abused by his father and sexually abused by an older female relative. After Bailey had been charged with rape and murder in September 2012, Facebook users created pages about the case, some of which were openly hostile to Bailey. Thousands of flower bouquets began to appear at numerous locations associated with Meagher, most notably outside the Duchess Boutique in the nearby Brunswick Baptist Church, the latter being near the scene of her disappearance. Meagher was a Roman Catholic. Other locations included her home address in Brunswick and the spot at Gisborne South where she had been buried by Bailey. Some of these bouquets appeared there during the time that Meagher went missing, but their numbers increased sharply following the news of the discovery of her body on the 28th of September. When authorities began to dismantle the floral tributes, it became a media story. Numerous chalk messages were also left on the footpaths in the vicinity where Meagher had vanished. A candlelight vigil was also held at the Brunswick Baptist Church. A condolence book for Meagher has been set up on the Legacy Australia website by the Herald Sun newspaper. As of July 2015, it has attracted nearly 3,000 entries, many from people who have stated that they had never met Meagher. Thank you for watching.